panel is called the role of KOL. It stands for Key Opinion Leaders, and that's exactly what you are. You don't even have to be creating online content, but you already have your own influence. Today we get to hear from civil societies, organizations who have been working with and sometimes alongside other KOLs.
Super energized to be with you today. So actually, Jib right now is going to switch off hats and she's going to be one of the speakers as well of this panel. So I would like to welcome on stage Kim from Greenpeace, Baimon from TDRI, Baitong, who collaborated on a campaign with us last year, and Jib, that you already know, who is one of the OG. Can you go there, actually?
Yes, sorry.
Of the good chats. So to kick things off, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself. And when you introduce yourself, can you tell us why did you choose communication to engage with the energy transition?
So, hi everyone. Very nice to meet you all here. I am Kim. I work for Greenpeace Thailand. And at Greenpeace, if you have heard of, we are organization, we are campaigning organization, and we campaign about the environment all over the world. And we have the office here in Bangkok, and we have lots of campaign that we are currently on. And I think the role of KOL is very important. We have this special program called Creative Partner. So we are not just looking for key opinion leader, but any kind of creative that we can do together. So we see it that way. And I also have my colleagues here, Pauline, who is assisting over there, who is working on this program with me. So I'm glad to be here, and it would be nice to explore the opportunity that we can do, maybe collaborate together.
Sawadee, hello, hi everyone. I'm Baimon, Thatsika. I'm from TDRI. Just to be clear about what TDRI are doing, we are like think tank that we produce like policy, and mostly we work with policy maker from หน่วยงานรัฐอย่างเงี้ยนะคะ mostly. But for me as a communicator for TDRI, my job is like I am translate policy for normal citizen to see the impact of each policy, and also to be on our side and push the policy together with us. Yes, we quite independent from the government. Yeah, we are a non-profit organization. And for me that the reason why that TDI should have communicator or like social media and work with citizens is because we see that mostly when we give a recommendation to policymakers, sometimes they don't see or they not rush enough to make an impact. But the voice of citizen would be the one who give a policy willingness to push everything. So that's why communicator is quite important in our think tank. Yeah.
Sawadee, hello. I'm Baimon and Baitong. So I always introduce myself as a banana leaf. You know, it's really easy because Baitong is mean banana leaf in Thai. And I also introduce myself as a environmental educator or environmental like speaker for nature. And I have a passionate about speaking, because I think speaking is a part of our life, is a communicate. Either like we not use the same language, but still we use the communicate as something, as a tool, as a link to plug in people together. And I have a lot of title behind, so I'm trying to wrap it like short. So I am a Miss Earth Thailand 2021. I'm a communicator for nature. And right now I joined the organization that working for the environment and helping the people, the local people to have like strong ground. And right now I also do the study the master degree in the environmental science. Because my first graduate, I'm from like art student. finished from making film, and I feel like it's not enough because you know just the communicate, but you don't know the knowledge. So it's supposed to come together. As the knowledge, you speak at the people, you understand something, and that's why I think the communicate is really important.
Hi, you know me. I've been with you for a while. Leia approached me, as one of the online influencers, right, in the very beginning of it all. But I always tell her that I don't identify myself as an online influencer. I just feel like I'm a teacher. That's like who I identify with. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm also an English teacher, and I teach people, and that's my passion. I love seeing how people can improve their knowledge as well as their confidence, because oftentimes I think Kupat very well know this, that the problem is not even their knowledge, but their confidence, their ability to trust themselves, their ability to feel confident enough to voice their opinion. So I feel like I'm more of a teacher, but maybe those are just words.
Thank you for this introduction. So now I'm going to approach the conversation in two parts. I'm first going to focus on the both of you, and then we will move to the both of you, because I think it's interesting to hear first from non-profit organizations who are engaged with this work, and about what you mentioned about why do we need to collaborate more with people who have a certain level of influence. And then I would like to learn from your journey and how you've been doing this as well. So Kim and Baimon, you both work for non-profit organizations, and one of your key mission, I would even say at the individual level, is really to engage citizens, the general public, with key call to action or messages around the energy transition. Can you tell us currently what are the key solution, policies, action, whatever you name it, you are looking to engage the public with?
First of all, I will talk a little bit about energy, because I think we can all agree now that energy is very difficult, especially when it comes to communicating to people, because people, we do use energy, but we don't tend to talk about energy much, and we don't really dive into what kind of energy are we using. So that's something that we cannot see, but energy is big when it comes to environmental issue. So as you may have heard, energy sector contribute to greenhouse gases the most, right? That's how it is, but we don't talk about it. We talk about what we see, which very makes sense to me. We talk about air pollution, we talk about plastic, we talk about oceans. That's something that we see, and we can really see the impact. But when it comes to energy and gases, that is something that we cannot see. So it seems like nobody don't talk about it, but I think that's why we need to talk about it. And at Greenpeace, if you have heard, climate and energy campaign is huge, and we campaign that for many years globally. And currently now in Thailand, we are now focusing more on fossil gas, because that's the main sources of energy that we are using now. Not many people see it that way, but yeah, it is. And people see fossil gas as natural gas, but from our perspective, that's not natural. It's still considered as fossil, which burn energy, which pollute the planet as much as coal energy. So it's not a transitional fuels. That's what we are currently now focusing on. But I know that's something that it is very difficult, and you really have to, read about the research. Me, myself, I don't know the scientific side of the energy much. So I really wanted to work with a creative partner more, because if you can twist the message to something else, to everyday life, to something that people can really feel relatable, I think it will make a lot of impact. Because at Greenpeace, we have been campaigning for energy for a very long time. Sometimes people buy the idea, sometimes people just don't care, So if you have some creative idea and you have your audience, no matter what it is, and you can link back to energy, I think that's good enough. That's the start of the conversation already.
Can you give us an example of a campaign that you led recently?
Around the energy, you mean? Okay. So it's not directly about the energy, but more about air pollution that is coming from the energy. So we have this report about how fossil gas factories and power plant is polluting the planet, and there are methane coming out when the power plant is running. So we have that report, and then people doesn't see it. That methane is leaking out of that power plant, right? So we are trying to make people see the impact, even if it's not seeable. So we are trying to frame it in like an everyday life issue. For example, okay, we have this video talking about air pollution more than just the energy. So that's we are trying to make it more relatable that way. We link the health impact. We link why do we have to pay for this? We link it with living costs. Yeah, the economy, so that people feel more related to.
Okay. And okay, natural gas, I agree with that. And moreover, for TDRI, the main focus right now, we mostly talk about the government plan that are too slow comparing to what the corporate are doing right now. The national goal for renewable plan. Our plan in Thailand is too slow comparing to company and also comparing to the other country. Yeah. Actually, every country have the net zero plan, right? The plan that say that how much of the renewable should we have in our country. For Thailand, we have the National Power Development Plan that we should draft it and finish it last year. But too late and everything just like too slow and
We have the goal, but we don't have the plan.
yeah, we have the goal, we don't have the plan. But comparing to the company and all the private sector, they already moved their goal. Like they already have like their net zero plan because they have a pressure from other country and also in the value chain that they have to make a move. They have to change the way they use electricity, the way they use energy. So, for example, some of the company already set their net zero plan in 2030, I think. But for the national plan, we said that it would be in 2050, right? Yeah. So that the different vision of goal and the slower plan of the national affect how the private sector move their own move. That's why TDI try to like push and give more pressure to policymaker, and we set up a lot of events that invite them to speak, and also from our side, from the researcher side, we give an information like the number and also the recommendation that how should the plan should be. Yeah, but sometimes they're like still the lack of the vision that we see. Sometimes they still focus on the security of our energy system. Yes, the security means that they see that our resource should focus more on the natural gas because we have that much more than renewable, and they think that renewable is not security enough. Like so that's why they still the vision is not the vision is not clear, and the plan is still blurring right now. That's why TDI have to move this. And for the citizen, I think we have a conversation with citizens so that they can see that they are relate to this issue, right? Not just energy is not just like a plan for governments, but also is relate to their daily life. Yeah, so we have to pick up some issue that relate to people life, like electricity bill, EV, solar, something like this, that people will relate and more focus on this. So I will use this all the topic to convey the message. Yeah, we have a podcast that talk about renewable. At first, I have to admit that the podcast is not like popular. Like the other one, like energy is not something that's sexy enough. Yeah, right? Yeah, not everyone want to listen to like a lot of and information and data and everything. Yeah, so I work with Thai PBS, the media, to set up this podcast. At first, I got a comment from Thai PBS that the thing that you try to message out right now is too technical and everything. So I try to switch and adjust it. I move. I change a bit with the podcast. I invite some of the people that are in the energy sector, like more relate to people, to have an interview with us. The interview part of the podcast are more popular than the one that I only talk by myself and give the information to everyone. Yeah, because there are story about the true story that happened in Thailand. One of the episode that I think interesting is that I invite พี่อ้อยแสงสุรี Power ค่ะ she work in ฉะเชิงเทรา and in Pajin, I think, and she move a lot about she fight with governments that want to build a fossil power plant. Yeah, I invite her to tell a story, and that is the episode that I think have the most popularity. Also the one that I talk about electric bill, and also the solar cell. So that's mostly what TDI are doing right now. And also we have a project that work with other country, the neighbor between our country, like Philippines, Indonesia, and also Vietnam. We sharing the same problem in some way, I think. So that's why the project is happening right now. It's called CASE project, Clean and Affordable Energy. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Since you mentioned about the narrative, so I agree. At Thailand as a country, we need to start from scratch when it comes to energy. So that's what we are trying to do as well. So we are planning on launching the series of content to start from zero about energy. So that's something that you need to do if you wanna give people very basic information and make it very relatable and make it the easiest that you can do. It still be complicated, but if you tell it in a humorous way and you add light into it, I think it could become popular. And I think there are opportunity, even if we are talking now that energy is difficult and everything. But the last 2 weeks, I put out a video around fossil gas power plants. That's difficult, right? Nobody's gonna watch that on TikTok. But turns out that video explaining why we don't need this power plant, we got 500,000 views with whole lots of engagement, and people are debating in the comments. So I think we have opportunity if we put it the right way. But the key is that you just need to wait for the moment, which is something that I believe, because moment is crucial when it comes to campaigning, right? So it's not that it's difficult, but we can really make it happen, and we can really make change.
Thank you so much. So, what I hear from what you're saying is the number one step is to make people concerned about the energy transition in Thailand, because people are not necessarily aware of or conscious of how bad the problem is. So we need for people to understand and be curious about their current energy system and learn more about renewable energy. So there is an educational side, but it's more like really also making the topic relatable through different type of narrative. And that's something actually we're going to learn more about today, but also in one of our next sessions. Could you give me an example of, can be energy related or anything else, of a campaign or like a moment where the participation of the public or citizens really enabled change in Thailand, or enable like kind of this awareness to happen?
I can think of one right now. So we, Greenpeace and our network have been pushing for PRTR law for 10 years, right?
Can you tell us what it is?
It is pollute. What does it stand for? Can pollute.
Simplify that. It's a law that will allow the industry, every industry in Thailand, to open the data that what you pollute, like on the real time, like you pollute like carbon dioxide, you pollute methane, blah blah blah, and this information is this data is very important because it will be the first step to people to care about themselves. You have the data that okay, my house is close to this industry, and okay, I need to prepare like what you need to prepare to myself, and the government will have this data to like maybe manage this industry, because when you say that okay, I am the industry and I pollute and it's on the like it's on the standard of Thailand, right? But if this industry have 10 industry, you pollute more than that standard line. Yeah, and this is very important. This is the first step. And this law made China cancel PM 2.5 because of this law. And this is kind of very important. And it takes 21 years to put this.
So yeah, I found it. It stands for Pollutant Release and Transfer Register. Yeah, so it's a law focused on the open data and the community rights to know how much pollution is actually around us, so we can maybe take care of ourselves that way. And it's holding the accountable of the polluters. So we are trying to push that with our network for 21 years, but it's a long journey. 21 years is long. We are, like in the past years, we have been pushing this very hard. So we are trying to campaign and let people know that we need this law and why do we need it. And we need people to register, to sign up, to sign our petition so that this thing can move forward to the parliament. Sign up to register the law. So we need 10,000 names, and the role of KOL is crucial for this campaign for us. So we have influencer post this. So we and our network have been campaigning for a very long time. But when the moment comes that okay, this thing can actually go into the parliament, and then some of the KOL we reach out to, some it's organic that they do it for us, but when they do, the number is gone up to be enough, like 10,000 names guarantee, and then we can really push this into the parliament. That's how powerful KL.
I was saying about we need to wait for the moment. You mean
Yep.
that we are creating the moment. The moment that we have the KOL involved, the Greenpeace or whatever NGO working together, then there is a possibility to push it at
Yes.
the parliament.
Yes. And when that moment comes, and the KOL coming together, us network communities, we are all coming together. We can really make the change, and it's happening now. So it's a win for us all, right? Yeah.
Sorry, it's like a horrible
It's Clean Air Act. It's different from this one. It's different from PRTR, but it's the movement are linked. Yeah.
I want you to
Okay. Okay. So we have another act. We have PRTR, which heavily focus on holding the polluter accountability and open data. And we also have Clean Air Act that people, academics, networks, NGO, everyone is now pushing to the parliament. And we have a struggle for that one too. So that one we also actually need help from the public and KOL, obviously. Yeah.
You want to add something?
You want to add something? About the clean.
I just wanna make sure that like what Kim say is about the right moment. The right moment is mean that what is actually happen right now to make a big move. Because when you be just a KOL and you make just one post, it's not gonna go anywhere. But if you make a big impact, an example, hashtag, you use the same hashtag and use it the same day. It's like a X, right? And you can make a trend, you can make it like public and as much as people say, which means it's gonna launch out further than you expect. So that's why that is the right moment mean. It doesn't mean that you can post it today, you can post any day, any time. But if you know what exactly happened in the moment it should be, it's gonna launch out your message further than you expect. That's all. Sorry.
And just to finalize on this, when we started Make Sense, we knew that no one were taking us seriously. We just graduated from university, we look young. So really what we knew was the power that we had was the collective. The fact that we had a community, we are a few hundreds, very passionate about civic engagement, social entrepreneurship at the time. So what we'll do is when we'll have like a big action or something, we will synchronize ourselves and we will all post exactly at the same moment. So then it becomes very visible at once and you see that so many people are talking about the same thing. So enabling conversation or people to care, there is a lot of thought and strategy into it. And really engaging so many people is really like a key aspect of it. Baitong, do you want to share also one example on your side? Baimon, sorry. I knew I was going to make the mistake.
I think the moment is also important to give a message to people, right? In TDRI, there are one thing that we see the narrative change that happened in Thailand for energy transition is already happened. I think if we watch back like 2 or 3 years ago, there are not many people that talk about this issue, right? But seeing right now, there are many of the partners that working this together, like Make Sense, and there are a lot of people that working on this. We have like a lot of events on the topic like set trends and climates and also, but this year I see the difference that more people are talking on the topic of energy. Not only the climate change, right? So I see this because I think that is because we are talk about this frequently. We often talk about this, not push it back like เราไม่ได้คือเหมือนกับว่าเราไม่ได้ทิ้งมันไปคือ not only in the people mostly care about energy in when they feel the impact. Right, in April, we feel the heat, right? Yeah, and sometimes we see the electricity bill that higher than we have. So we will focus on it on that month only. But that is the moment that we could share our information, the thing that we want to inform, and people will catch the story on that matter. Yes.
Thank you so much. See, we are talking a lot about the moments. How do we enable and leverage the moment? I'm going to now move the conversation towards you. I will start first with Baitong. So you got involved with a campaign of Make Sense last year. It was about making people curious about green jobs and how using the narrative of jobs to get people more interested about the energy transition. But before even we talk about this, so I know you know Maria also. So Maria Lynn Aaron, she was also one of the fellow of the Good Chat. And I had a conversation that really stayed with me with her. I was so interested about how intentional she was about why she became a beauty pageant, why it was important for her to become a miss, etc. Because she knew like this, she will have a platform, she will have an influence, and then like the end goal was always about enabling positive change in Thailand. And I feel like you kind of had the same strategy. Can you tell us a bit about your journey?
Thank you so much. I really want to jump in, like what they talk about so bad. I need to pinch myself, like stop. But anyway, thank you so much. About myself, I think the only one thing to make it clear, I just want to brainwash people. At first, now I still. Anyway, I just want to brainwash people because I think the way that I learn about the knowledge, how to care about the environment around me, is from my experience since I'm 11. And I feel like, wow, this is such an amazing world. How the sand on the beach is come from the dead coral. How everything has a connection. Everything, when you know the dots, and you're gonna know exactly how to connect everything to be like the circle, to be the system. So I just want to brainwash people just like that. I talk about this a lot because this is so important because we've been brainwashed since we were born, right? In this world, society tells us you need to be rich, you need to be successful, you need to be that, this. If you believe the magic world is real, why you don't believe environmental is damage? It's also real. So that's how I start. At first, I just, be the kid, enjoy the program with like, in the local area. I'm from Chumpon, the south of Thailand. So I joy since 11 years old, and now I'm 30 something. I still continue to do and talk with the local people, know their problem and learn how the government fix it, and still the same. Sorry, I didn't mean to. But anyway, it's so fun to see how it's changed. And once I have an opportunity to join the beauty pageant, the same year as P. Maria win the Miss Universe Thailand 2017. That is my first ever that I wear that high heel, wear like the corset and like pose. Because as you see, I'm just such a outdoor person. So I'm not that kind of jump in the beauty pageant. But that year teach me a lot. I have a lot of weapon from that year. So I know how to use it against something that I want to win. Specifically the society of Thailand. If you be no one gonna listen to you. If you have something that's strong enough, you need to let it out. You need to believe it also. So I learned a lot that year, and also I see the power of the fan club. When you be out there, not only just a beauty pageant. Right now you be influencer. Right now you be KOL. Right now you be like the superstar or like singer or whatever. And you have a lot of fans that believe in you in whatever you say. So I want to use that. I know it's not fair for the people, right? But I want to use you. I want to share what I know to you so you have your own solution. Because I'm getting bored to the government to tell us to you need to wear the tote bag, you need to stop using the plastic, but you still buy. Huh? So what is the real thing that we can do? So I want to give this solution to the people. So I go back to join the beauty pageant for a couple years, and then eventually I win the Miss Earth Thailand in 2021. And I use that platform to talk about what I believe. I believe in the people. I believe in the power of human being. We so just has a lot of people taught me about like the human is being something that we finish about the develop, the evolution. We already in the best version. So that's why we always see the other thing in the world be something that like lower than us. Have you seen the picture? It's like the pyramid of ego and then another round of ego. I think it's so simple like that, but why you don't understand? So that's why my journey becomes something that like I use all my platform, all the connection I have, all the media, all the partnership, that I can talk about what I believe, that I can talk about this is so important for you, because save the world is mean save yourself. It's so simple as that. So don't think anything beyond than yourself. Don't think that like, oh, save the world. Damn, the world is so big. Where to start? Start with yourselves. You want to save yourself? That's it. You want to have the clean air? Just join them. You want to have the good energy and you want to have the fair payment? Do it. That's it. That's all. I want to make it simple. Impossible. Possible? Possible. I want to make it possible. I want to make it like, yeah, so that's why I use the same word that I brainwash people to know like you live in the real world. The first thing first, you need to know yourselves, what you need, what you can do, what you cannot do, what you can change is yourself. That's the only thing, yeah.
And we brainwash positively people.
We already, so I love that.
A follow-up question on
Yes.
what you're just sharing, because you're very aware of the fact that you have a platform thank you. That you are influential. I'll be curious, how do you navigate like those power dynamics, and do you target specific groups per moment? Or because, for instance, Chef yesterday was sharing that how sometimes he has very powerful people who come eat at his restaurant, and I think it was the founder of Potato Corner that you mentioned yesterday, that now introduce also like some protein-based type of fries, those type of things, and so we all meet also people with influence. So we have like our large communities, but we also have like those. So how to navigate those power dynamics?
I got lucky. Because like my journey was like I do everything that make money, so I use that money to do something that I love, that I passionate about. I have I work as a host, TV program, the travel TV program. I have my own episode around like 200 something on the YouTube, and so that I have some fan club from there. So I think about the navigate the people. I think they find me. I just be there. I just launch out the. It's like a magnet. You just like put some plus there, and then the another the minor is coming. So I think it's just that. But right now, even more interesting in the online world, you can directly send your online platform to specific people that you want they to see. Like you can use hashtag that is like connect to them. You can use the link something. The online analysis will help you if you click the right one. For example, in the Facebook platform, if you choose something about, for example, travel and romance, blah blah blah, to be like inside information, they gonna bring your content to the people that interested in the same thing that you put it in. So that's why the social media right now is really helpful too if you use it right. Yeah, you need to use it right. And for me, I don't think you don't have to navigate people, because like, for example, when you talk about the sustainability, you're gonna see the same fakes. I want to launch out more than just the same fakes that I know. So I don't navigate. I just like, it's kind of random. And if my clip or my video or my post just like randomly to someone is like so new, is my gift. It's like a bonus, something like that.
Thank you so much. Now I'm going to move to you, Jib. So you know that Jib took part in the Good Chat Fellowship before, and when I reached out to you, so basically my strategy was and what we discussed yesterday, right? Who are the people who are not involved with climate today, but share the same humanist values as make sense? So I kind of mapped out like different type of groups, and obviously yogis were like interesting one because there is really like this they have the values in the way they practice the sport, the connection or the mindfulness also that there is behind it. So that's why I reached out to you at first. So I'd be curious, at that moment you never engaged, and tell me if I'm wrong, with climate. So why did you decide to join the fellowship even though you didn't really know what to expect and you never done that before?
Thank you. So I'm a yoga teacher, but I also did my studies in literature. And one of that's my classmate over there. And one of my favorite professors, Ajahn Darin, her specialization, if you will, were two things. One was Buddhism, so she focused a lot on Emerson and his movement, the transcendentalist. And her other niche was environmentalism in literature. So we really got to do a lot of readings on, for example, the novel that was inspired by real events of the author called Refuge. It was very similar to what we heard about Frank yesterday in the week of the documentary of how his communities are affected health-wise. His mother has cancer, the mother of his mother also have cancer. And I was really affected by, the narrative and how it affects not only the world, but it reflects ourselves as well. Emerson's, can't believe I'm talking literature now. Emerson talks about the transparent eye a lot, that we as human beings, we are in the world, but we're not separate from the world. We are one with the world. So that has always been with me. And as I continue, I started teaching yoga. I loved it, but it was so capitalistic and I hated it, and I quit the job. And I met Som, who's over there, who was part of Kwan Pandin movement, that there were different figures, for example, Ajahn Chandet, who taught Tai Chi, Ajahn Yai, who led alternative schooling system, and Petsom herself was one of the forerunners of homeschooling. So I had that experience, but I did not see how it was going to be able to make me rich. And I wanted to be rich. I wanted to be able to take care of my family. I want to be able to provide that stability. So I continue back to the capitalistic yoga path. And, I got my fans. I have my online influencing. I was thinking about, because I started YouTube earlier because I'm one of those kids who just sat in front of the computer and, do ICQ and go like connecting. But technology has always been there with me. I play Ragnarok like Nasom's daughter used to do. And so when we had YouTube, I jumped in, and without any sort of purpose, I just started filming my yoga videos, and nobody was doing it. I was there before Yoga with Adrian. And so I had my following. People really looked up to me because no one else was there. I was the only choice they had, especially people who were not connected to they were not connected to resources. People in Bangkok, they have studios. They need to speak English because only teachers who were teaching were speaking English. There were no Thai teachers just yet. And even if we had Thai teachers, they would be speaking English too. So it wasn't available for people outside of Bangkok at all. So I made it available for them. A lot of people would recognize oftentimes not my face, but my voice. I had an experience of going to a cafe in Chiang Mai and I ordered already. My friend ordered, I was there, I saw her face. And then I started speaking. She was like looking down. I started speaking and she looked up and said, "You yoga with Jim." But she did not recognize me from my face because when she practiced, she doesn't see me. So, I kind of, and then, but, I had my influence then. I had my interest before, I got my money, then I had my influence, and I was getting bored. Because what else, right? I put myself there. I didn't know where else to go. And I was reached out by one of the groups. They were doing animal challenge. So sometimes yoga would do challenges online. You would ask people like our followers to post this pose of yoga and then whatever theme. Sometimes it's like creative shapes and whatever. And one of the challenges I did was about animals. So we got all the animal poses, and each day we share facts on how we as human beings are doing negative impact on the earth. For example, I remember doing a deer pose, and we share about forestry and how we have been losing forest share in the world. And so I got that experience, but it wasn't going anywhere because it was just like a bunch of weird random teachers got together and post weird things. We might got sponsored by upcycle yoga pants, but that was it. And then you reached out to me and I was like, okay. And yeah, I thought she was a scammer at first, but turns out she's not. Yeah, so long answer to why I was interested.
So we understand how you kind of was again good timing, good moment, because you were getting bored. You kind of always wanted to do more, but didn't know how to start. So can you tell us a bit about your fellowship experience? And again, we were talking about climate, but we were so specific to energy transition, and it could be so far from what your community is expecting from you. So if you can share a bit about this.
Yeah, you could understand my challenge. Not only that energy was so far from my topic, but I, as a creator, I never identify myself as a creator. So I only teach yoga online. I don't do yoga content. So I don't have any other sort of yoga content that is not a class. So if you were to ask me so I've been approached by different brands, and in the past I take photo of me with the food and whatever before, and it's always felt awkward. So I didn't like it. That's why I started my subscription program, so people can pay only a little bit of money, and then I can still fund myself. And sorry, what was the question?
How did you?
Oh, yes, I remember now, sorry. So my challenge with the Good Chat, I had not to create yoga content, but yoga content that deals with energy. And I didn't really know how to go about that, so I just was candid with my followers, because we always had close relationships. Like they would... if I say that, I'm not going to be teaching today, so sorry, I'm taking my cat to the vet. And then we start having conversation on my cats and what's wrong with him, what to do. So we are really personal in our relationships, me and my followers.
Family fan.
Yeah, so I just told my followers straight out that, I got this fellowship, it's interesting, and I have no clue. Let's try this together. So I just laid it out for them exactly as I would my friend. In fact, I started posting like where you are now, the kickoff I post online. And then one of my friends commented, I saw you did something, what was it? And I captured I screenshotted it, and then I made a reel out of it. Like, my friend asked what I was doing, and I just explained it. And I just laid it out to them, and I invited them along on my journey. And I just updated them on the steps of the fellowship journey that I've been through.
One last question for you, Jib. Can you tell us a story or moment in your fellowship experience? It can be from you or from like another batchmates where you really saw the impact or like the power of conversation to make people care about the energy transition.
I have two stories that kind of linked. One was from Putty, one of my batchmate. She has a book club. She is also an illustrator in Indonesia. And what she did was she created a book review challenge. Her belief was that if you also give incentive to people, so she offered a prize. I think, I'm not sure how much it was, maybe like 10,000 baht or 20,000 baht or something of an equivalent. And so she offered this prize, and people can, submit their book review, and then they will feature it. And she chose a theme of, I think it was like a ghost theme, but the ghost is linked to the environment. And we did also a podcast on, I didn't prepare his name, the author of ลับแลแก่งคอย yes yes thank you ขอบคุณค่ะ คุณอุทิศเหมมูล because he just translated his book from Thai to English, and he published it with Penguin Southeast Asia, who Putty also is Putty's publisher. So we did that, and Putty had her book review challenge, and a lot of people submitted. I think Min can elaborate more on that too if she wants to. She's our analyst. And so that was interesting that, now, fast forward 2 years later, Putty is now launching her own fellowship of a sort. So that was definitely a big start of something for Putty and also for her community, leveraging on their interest in books, leveraging the fact that we can incentivize people with eggs or with cash. And with my own batch, we did a collaboration between me, Maria, and Aparna. Yes, exactly. So we did a dance challenge, and we have very different audiences. Like Maria, as famous as she is, as big as she is, my students don't know her. Like
the same audience. Yeah.
Like I thought that if I post a photo with Maria, people will be like really excited. They don't know her, so that's a collaboration that, and then people were like, oh, Maria, she's so tall, and that's all comment they have, like, because in comparison, Maria and me, it's
You want 86, I guess.
yeah
180 some.
yeah 186 and I'm 159.5. Yeah, so the point is that we did a collaboration. We did a dance challenge of we're doing just a hand gesture, and we did the whole thing. And because Maria's biggest hit is Bung, her song that everyone would recognize is she had her own moment with that song as a teenager before she started her own advocacy campaign, any journey at all. And I happen to have a composer boyfriend who offered to write a song and mix the sounds and create that song for us. But we didn't have copyright because it was still based on the old song. We could not possibly do it. And we didn't want to create a new song because no one would be able to sing it or like really relate to it. So Maria reached out to her label, Small Room, and then ask them for permission to use this for, I think it was like for 6 months or something, and they would not sue us. So Maria sent him the song, the producer at Small Room, and he play my boyfriend's mix, and they kind of laugh because it's so funny, like clean energy and yeah. So we did that challenge, but it didn't happen just from the three of us, but from like the collaboration of everyone and everyone who was ready to, you know, believe in this moment that we were going to do it together. We were admittedly a novice at creating campaign, so I think that the message didn't like there wasn't a message to come across to really communicate to, and there wasn't like a petition to sign. There wasn't like, we didn't have that, but we had a campaign. We got people to, and remember that we got people to at least associate fun, good feelings with renewable energy. And we chose the word like clean energy because it was easier to understand, and it already had that positive connotation. So even though we passed any new law that would be changing the world for us, but I think at least we prepare at some level positive feelings to be associated with renewable energy, and when that moment comes, perhaps that would be useful.
So much. And just to rebound on this aspect, what is interesting now with Maria, she had this influence, she got involved in the program, and now she launched her own business where she actually literally installed solar panels for SMEs, and so she really advocates at the small and medium-sized enterprise level. She also has her foundation, so like she's really going fully in. Not to say that it's fully only because of the good chat, but I think in some ways we also contributed to this. Puti from Indonesia that you mentioned, she actually launched her own children books about air pollution, about green jobs, about energy transition. And it's super interesting because now those books are distributed in certain schools and are used to teach kids about the energy transition. And not just about the kids, actually the book is a good way to engage with parents, because obviously the parents are the ones who are going to read the books to the kids, and it makes also the parents ask questions. So there are different tactics that were born like this to really develop this concern that you mentioned, and next time that people will hear something in the news or like maybe see something online, they'll be maybe more attentive. So that's also like the power of people who have influence and who create tools and platforms for the energy transition. I would love to hear from you as well if you have some questions for our speakers. So as much as like those who are building the actions, who are working on the policy side, etc., but also those who are like really strategic about building and using their platform. Is there any question from the room? Yes.
I want to know, like, you guys talk like nowadays, people talk about energy more. Do you think it's because it's about like we have younger platform like TikTok? Is it like it make people more awareness, or when you push the content, it is still more to Facebook or YouTube, or do you feel like TikTok is really can send the message more?
Who wants to go first?
For the younger people, we at Greenpeace, we have been trying to make more video contents, and we make it specific for TikTok and Instagram Reels. So we want to make it real first experience for everyone. So that's what we are trying to do. And also we still have some like a very long report, PR, and infographic, all sorts of stuff. But the most engaging type of content that we have now is the vertical video, the mobile video. Yeah, that's what we focus on. But that's for the general audience, I would say. We still have podcasts too. So that type of content, we really want to go deep. So we don't expect much viewer, but still we want to keep our ground, and we want to be informative as we can, because that's our stronghold. While keeping the stronghold, we want to expand to other audience as well. But sometimes our channel is not enough. So we do collaboration a lot with KOL, creative partner. Baitong is one of that. Like she did lots of collaboration posts with us. So we reach to new audience always that way.
I think for us, we ourselves, our channel is not enough, right? So we have to like partner with KOL and other people that people are more interested in. So I think the basic ground of CSO non or think tank, right? Like us, is that we have an information and we have an archive that people can like pick up information from us and tell the story in the other perspective, something like that. Like more tactic that I want to share that I pop up in my mind is that last year I have a target with Case Project that we want to speak with younger generation, like younger one, because they are people in family, their parents would be interested in our research also. So we work with TK Park and we set up an event together, try to talk about energy in more simple way, like in daily life, that how energy form and how it will affect their household and everything, the story like that. I think that is something that influencer or people that have a different perspective from researcher can do. This year I work with artists to give a message. We have an event also, another event at BACC. No, BACC หอศิลป์ใช่ไหมคะ Okay, target audience in BACC is people who are interested in art. So we cannot like talk about something that too serious or too complex, but we give a message by use sound, also photos and videos to make people feel relate to the topic by their feeling, by their emotion, So I think that is the technique that we can use, like KOL, like you guys are more เชี่ยวชาญ than I.
I would love to share a little bit because you need to see to be two part. One side is like online, and another side is like offline. Like she mentioned, offline you can collaborate with many. Cause like first thing is like I think you wanna share an experience. So an experience online is gonna be just like you told the story, you share the photo, you share the post. But on like the on-site, you share something more than that. It's like emotional or even deeper than just like show. So about the show, the Facebook for me, I think it's about the it's like the people who kind of a bit on age. Cause it's mixed between like long sentence, long text, a little bit picture, a little bit of video. So it's kind of mixed on the Facebook. So you need to know your audience, which direction you're going to focus on. So Facebook is going to be a little bit on edge and people who want to read. Cause like for me example, if anyone just like post something just a little bit, I prefer to go on Instagram. But Instagram, you need to post the best picture. Cause that is I will call it's the core of the like application. So which means your picture need to be like catch up, interesting, and boom, and then you're not gonna read on any like caption on Instagram, right? Because you just wanna scroll on the picture and then that's it. So about the TikTok, even I don't like it at all, but it's really interesting. I had to say I'm sorry, but because it's make you less focused than usual. Because you need to catch people in like 1 second, like like that, or like something, So the video is be like that, but I prefer the videos to be something that like slowly catch up, make it understand, not just like jump in their face and they punch them or something like that. But it depends on your expert, on your interest, and maybe you can try. Maybe that's gonna be the way that gonna help you to reach out more audience. And also we have Twitter or X. I love that a lot because like it's something really short, really quick catch and like update real time. I don't see the new on the TV at all right now. I just go on the X and then I will know everything is going on and it's really update on time. And also the YouTube platform. I think people use less YouTube than usual because like I mentioned before, we have a new era of like generation coming and they kind of less interest of like watching the video that long. Anyone in this room, like when you watch the video on Netflix or whatever, have you plus something? Plus 1.5? Plus 2? Have you plus? The new generation plus. Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah, I did it too. Because like when I just like I love to watch animation and I just want to know how it ends, but I don't want to miss anything, so I plus it. And I think it's really bad habit. I mean, for me, because like you know, I'm graduated from film school, so I need to appreciate what they made. But now I like plus like even 1.5. I'm just I understand, I got it. But right now I try to like slow down a bit. But I think the society just like make you be like that. But and also I would say it's fine. Just like find the solution that like you feel you suitable. From myself, I don't want to change myself to be something to fit with the society. Society should be something have a lot of variety of people, variety of content. I'm so sick of like the content is like copy paste, do the same, just like change the face or like change the channels. It's not gonna make any impact, but it's gonna create some trash online, and this trash online gonna impact to the environment again. So I don't want to go that deep, but anyway, just like find the solution, the channel that you feel like you comfortable to make your content with, because you are gonna be always find the people that love to stay with you, like family fans, and be like that. I think it's like go with the quality more than ปริมาณนะคะ quantity, yeah. Go with the quality more than quantity, and I think it's more fun because it's meaning you're gonna continue to do it further and further, year by year, like long time, and it's more fun. Fun is the one goal that I always catch.
Thank you so much. And just to finish on this, and that's what Mint I think will insist on later. Don't try to change anything about what you're doing with your current content. Don't try to go explore new platforms or new audiences, because exactly the point is the objective is to engage people who already look up to you, and that you don't try to influence new groups or what is going to be like a struggle and hard for you. And we talk a lot about social media right now because I think also the first reflex is always to go to social media. But the question of in-person engagement is as important. So, for instance, organizing events, facilitating like group discussions. We had some fellows in the past where like the whole strategy were on WhatsApp groups, where they will engage in those different groups. Ui was mostly for her like Facebook groups as well. So there is a content side of it, but remember that we are here to create conversation. So what are the best online in-person platform to make those conversations happen?
Sorry. I also like join with the Green World Foundation of Thailand. And nowadays they change to be like, like person to person. They make like a forest bat. They make the insect tour, biodiversity garden in like around Bangkok. So I think like certain like the small group and do something that you're interesting together. It's going to create some content. So maybe content is like come from the event, or event come, I don't know, it depends. It has a lot of point of view that you can pin on and try. This era is be something that I would say is the try era, because nothing new. But the most important, the more interesting for me is like which part it change you. Which part is going to bring some question? This part is going to bring something that you feel like, I need to do something. I need to share this. I need to post this. I need to join that. So that's the thing that maybe you're going to think of it, sleep on it, and do it in the later.
Thank you so much. We can take one last question. crystal clear for everybody? Okay, I have a last question for you. Sorry, go ahead.
To me, maybe because I'm from Generation X, I watch YouTube at half speed. Okay, but I think so. My team they try to we try to go into TikTok more, but it's such an intimidating world because of what you say that the video have to be at 1.5 minute, right? I mean, we are even trying that on YouTube is stressful enough, but I don't know. So you say that we don't want we don't have to change, but at the same time, I feel like if the TikTok is the future and it can reach out to more people, maybe that's what we should try to do. Okay, that's one question. Another one is sometimes when we try to organize an on-site event and people don't show up, it's actually very disheartening.
Thank you.
Sorry, I try to make it quick. So the platform that I mean, you need to find your own platform, which is like you say is on YouTube, and you use the other platform as a commercial to help you to promote, to help you to like cut a short clip that you think is the best or something that's gonna make people go back to your home. I always do that. So all the platform is happen right now is really useful, and some is necessary if you need more audience, if you need more like the follower. So you need to use all the platform, but you need to have only one main platform, which is you already have, but the rest you don't have to push all the effort. You just like show a little bit of like shortcut or something like that, like a little bit of flame, a little bit of with like picture or either anything. Or like you can create some like they always put some sticker on the picture, a lot of something like that to make people engage. And about the size event, I think need to have something that people feel like you cannot miss it. That's why collaborate is really important. Cause like you feel like, oh, I cannot miss it because I'm not gonna see that person again. I'm not gonna see this event again. Or make it rare. Make it like I need only 10 spots. I need only this, that. You don't need to available for everyone. Yeah.
I want to add up about the on-site event. For my own opinions, that I arranged a lot of events. Recently, I think people would come out of their home because of the reason that you already said. But if you set up an event that are more casual, and set up an event that is a small group, like this, yes, people tend to come, tend to join more than the last one. And if you set up an event that a small group, you can be sure that your message would send to them more than the large events, I think, because people will see that they are important in this event. Yeah.
It's about strategy. It's really fun that like I just have in my mind that like for example you have an event that okay you bring just only +1. An example, this create only 10 spots, but you can bring just +1, which means you're gonna have 20 spots in your event, and which means that person you join your event gonna have friend that like come together or something. It's about the strategy, and you can create something like more than they usually do, because like in this time I think the new age, like the generation Alpha or generation C, they need something that challenging, and they need to be known. They need something that give the spot to them. So need to be fair on that, and I think maybe study about your audience first and like direct to them. An example, maybe your generation, maybe you need some like a lot of people, so just depend on the strategy that you put on.
I used to organize a lot of yoga workshops, and I try to get strategize, by seeing how, like what topics would be the ones that people are most interested in. So I think like, okay, maybe like like flexibility or office syndrome, back pain, whatever, right? But every time I organize hyper-specific workshop, a lot of people come. For example, we're targeting the psoas. Yeah, exactly, right? So psoas like a muscle that connect between your hips and your torso. So it's like not forward bend, not back bend and whatever. Like if I get really specific, like we're gonna do back bend kick over. And people like most people who don't know what it is. Yeah, but the people who know, they'll wanna come. Yeah, so I say make it limited, make it rare, and make it hyper specific. So only your people will come. No one else will come.
I can add more about what Baitong and Kunjip have been saying. First, on the social media, I completely agree with Baitong that you shouldn't change anything on what you're already doing because you know your audience best, and that's the stronghold. Yeah, and they like you for that. So don't try to change anything, but exploring is you can explore a little bit, maybe use what you already have and then put it on another. So and see how it's go. And I do that too. I mean, even though I'm not very much focused on Facebook anymore, but sometimes the content that I mean to put on Instagram work better on Facebook. Like the algorithm would surprise you anytime. So just keep doing what you do and then make an experiment elsewhere. And also being very focused on the group is something that you really wanted to keep because that's when the most meaningful engagement are from. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we need to wrap up.
No, just want to share that the on-site event problem is same with Greenpeace. You're not alone. I think it's like a trend because like back then, 7 years ago, before COVID, the on-site event is very popular. Me as a university student will hop on like one event to another event because I don't want to miss anything, like very formal. But now like the COVID comes and things change, and I know that sometimes we have like this issue is very important. We invite community members from maybe far away, from the north, from the south, and what they're gonna say is very important. But no one comes. Yeah, I just want it's the same.
After COVID, it's thing really changed.
Yeah, but
The behavior has changed, but we don't have to change our behavior with them. So we need to create the new society from our interest.
yeah. So I think it's something we as a Greenpeace needs to rethink too. But back then I think some event that works well, we mix with the community member that we want to show them the issue, right? This issue is very important, and some KOL or maybe some like researcher that really popular in that issue, such as Ms. Sarini Ashiwananthakul, mixed with the like some community member we don't know. Like, I think this is the statistic that we bring people to come at least. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. And just to close on all these points, at Make Sense now we have a kind of a participation rate where we are very clear about, where we target a X number of participants. We know that only 30 to 40% will show up. So let's say we want 20 people to come. We need to have at least 50, maybe even 60 to reach that number. So it's a reality. And the other thing is we also see what you mentioned, Baitong earlier, is like the more informal the event is, and it's also in the planning. That we say, hey, we are organizing a science drink around doing a public participation about this in 10 days. And then we will message people one-to-one. So it's a bit of work, but it's again a conversation that you have online, and then people will show up to have like this conversation with a bigger group in person. And the last thing on social media, I don't believe that TikTok is the future. It's just one of the other platforms, and there will be always new platforms that will come up. And we talk a lot about the younger generation. In this program on purpose, we chose you because you are talking with your audiences or your communities are young adults. And it's our generation, and they are the people who are currently working, who have friends who work in the government or whatsoever. So our generation is the generation that has the most influence on society today. So don't necessarily try to engage with the younger generation. I mean, you can, huh? I'm not stopping you. But really see the power and the opportunity you already have with the people who already follow you, and really cherish them. So that's, I would say, my advice. And that was my last question for you. What is the last advice you have for them, or the key ask you have for them that can help what you guys are already doing in Thailand?
Well, I can start with what you can, in how many ways you can join us. So at Greenpeace, we have the program called Creative Partner. So we are looking for every kind of collaboration. And the most important thing is we want this to be co-created. So it's a win-win for us both. You can do anything that you feel comfortable doing. But if we share the same value, I believe that we can make something out of that. Whether it's from your angle, it doesn't have to be big. You don't have to talk about fossil fuels, gas, power plant at all. You can start small, like your electricity bill, something like that. And you can maybe start from there and link to a bigger issue to that. So any kind of creative idea is very welcome. And we would like to co-create more campaign and communication materials with you. And advice, I think that's difficult because I need your advice, to be honest. We have been campaigning around energy for a really long time. We are trying the new way always, and we need your advice and to make it better.
Okay,ค่ะ. For me, I think quite similar to you. I think KOL is quite important in our work, and I love to work with you guys after this because we already have information, we already have long form of video. Sometimes we try on a shorter one, but I think your perspective is different from researcher, from people in the field. Because sometimes when we read or we work in that field for a long time, sometimes we stuck with the information and we always use it difficult words or complex data, and you are the one who are in different field and you see the different perspective from us. So that's why I want to see more creative. I don't think that we have to make every content into a campaign. I think sometimes you can just inform people. Yeah, that's also a big weapon that you can use, and TDRI have a lot of information, a lot of archive. You can pick it up, and we are so welcome. Sometimes people ask in our inbox Facebook that can we use that one. I just feel free to use it. It's really free. Yeah, don't ask. You don't have to ask. Yeah, just use it. You're happy with that, and yeah, that's about all.
It's so difficult. It's it's bring me back to the stage 36 seconds. I might advise you something different than them. I'm gonna advise you to go back to your root. Who you are. What you're interested in. What exactly you want to say. What exactly you're curious about. Understand yourself first. Because if you not understand yourself, how are you going to invite people? How are you going to influence people? Because you're going to influence people from the surface. And I think it's not the time of the surface advice anymore. It's about your interest. It's about your perspective. It's about your experience. So go back to yourself first. First thing first, who you are. And then the rest will come. and then time will lead you. Because like about the advice on like the platform, on the thing, you can search it. You can, easy right now because you have the tool that help you a lot. But the only thing that even us or anyone cannot help you is about you. I always go back to myself. And 3 things, remember, this is necessary to speak. This is kind enough. And this is true. This is true or not. If it's not true, don't say it. You need to speak it because it's true. And if it's not kind, if hurt someone, if hurt yourself, don't say it. Don't do it. And if it's necessary, just do it. That's it. That's all from me.
รอจังหวะ
เพลงมา I have a similar but less eloquently worded answer. A lot of times as a teacher who communicates online, I would have to think like, how should I frame this? How would my followers want to hear? And maybe this is too complicated and whatnot. But I say 2 things. One, always communicate with them, always in conversation with them. Don't assume that you know something about them 6 months ago will still be true about them today. So that's why you really need to listen to them always. Like even if you're not answering to their comments, I understand how much time and energy that takes, but do read the comments, do start the conversation when you feel ready. That way you will always understand them as they grow with you. And then once you understand them, you are always listening to them, always communicating with them, then trust them. Like maybe they don't need dumping down. Maybe they don't need it to be simplified. Maybe they can take it raw. Maybe they can take it complicated. And I think as long as you are always have this feedback loop with them, and then you're honest with them, you're honest with yourself, don't overthink it. Like we don't have to always be a strategist. Just be honest and in conversation with them.
Thank you so much. Can we give them a big round of applause? We are so happy that you are with us. I feel so lucky right now. Again, thinking about the whole edition, you guys are having like the best edition so far, I think. I mean, in terms of like the way we prepared it. Okay, we are definitely late on schedule, but that's fine. Let's take yeah. Sorry? Oh, we have gift time. Oh my God. She drew their faces on the eggs. Jim? Oh my God, that's amazing. And on social media.
And make sense.
คำที่ว่าเป็นI'm Gen baby boomer that also plus 1.5 and 2 on next week and YouTube and but ไม่สนใจฉันเลย ไม่สนใจใครแต่ว่าไม่ค่อยรู้สึกว่าไม่รู้จะตอบคอมเมนต์น่ะใน follower เรายังไงอันนี้ไม่เป็นไรเดี๋ยวค่อยถามส่วนตัวก็ได้ก็เลยคิดว่าอันนี้เป็นวิธีคุยของคนบูมเมอร์ที่แบบว่าเราคุยผ่านบางสิ่งเล็กๆแบบนี้ค่ะเขาก็คงจะจำเราได้เนาะเหมือนค่ะขอบคุณค่ะเหมือนป่ะ
แบบนี้เป็นสิ่งที่คนเราต้องการมากที่สุดในยุคนี้เลยนะคะเพราะว่ามันกดไลค์มันง่ายมากอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแต่ว่าบางทีมันไม่มีความหมายเลยไอ้แบบนี้คือที่เมื่อกี้ถ่ายรูปกันอยู่ค่ะไม่ได้ตั้งใจฟัง
แซวเป็นการแซวก็อย่างนี้ค่ะคือว่า อยู่คนเดียวแล้วไข่อะมันมี6 ใบแล้วฉันจะกินกี่วันหมดเมื่อกี้ก็เลยงั้นก็แบ่งแต่แบ่งยังไงเขาจำฉันได้ประมาณอย่างนั้นขอบคุณนะคะขอบคุณค่ะ
Oh my gosh, more gift coming up. Okay, I have no control of the situation anymore. Let's go into a 10 minutes break and then we will move to your analytics. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's like 10 minutes. So this the meeting has 70 slides. So she committed to respect her timing and then we can shorten the lunch break. But let's see. Basically,
Can I load my slides?
right now it's 10:43, right?
Yes.
So we come back. I think we start at 11. You're until 12.
I like this gym.
12.
12 max.
Or we can go to lunch at 12. And then
It's so cute. I was watching her draw it. It's so cute.
12 to 1. And then we start with the power of conversation and then we move into the workshop. Is downstairs. I know it's really I get that. I love how you involve your friends in
Interesting session. I make notes. Like you would think I was playing on mobile, but no, I made.
Are you also in the communication work?
Not exactly communication, like project coordination. Or for the Asian thing, work for a
Just that.
Yeah, but basically
That's that.
Okay, I'm the president of the United States. We should schedule a coffee because with Jim, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but we are looking at the opening of actions office in Thailand. So we are kind of exploring what would be our strategy. I'm becoming very obsessed with the space.
I'm pretty sure that you're just going to return a question sharing space. We're having like rental issue.
Because the Ministry of Education gave it to you for free.
Yeah, they gave us the building. So we have to pay for the whole electricity and everything. So like if anybody wants to share,
Is it the offices on the river?
No, that's the UN. This one is in Ekamai, next to the planetary. We moved out because of the protests is too frequent. I'm really deal with that. Like listening other 22
We are too privileged people to
agencies there and just ask for a new building from the Ministry of Education. Next to the T1. We're the only green dot aside from the the green area with like big trees and only like very good trees, 5-story.
That's nice. I like that. Okay, cool. Let's go there.
I think your nerdiness is on the same level.
What?
Your nerdiness is on the same level. She had her son read one. What did you have your son read? 20th century something movement. Instead of like small time.
At least you don't hear like my son start like geographic and Egyptology early. Yeah.
ว่าจะลดแอร์หน่อยใช่ไหมครับ
Oh,
Yes, I just say that.
Yes. Can you get that photo?
I'll go back to my I'm only welcome for this. Oh,
Did you forget that you were and she's going to present all the platforms.
I will stay.
Yes. Yes. Are you so comfortable and please do want food?
I'll go get smoothies.
เซลฟี่แบบเจนซีค่ะแขนต้องยืดๆเลยต้องเป็นผีเปรตต้องเป็น